Oh, no, it's not. Hi, it's John Coleman.
How are you?
Yeah. Okay, so no, we're good. At this point, we need to have a nomination for a chair of the select board.
I'll nominate Vince. You can do with it. So go ahead.
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys do the T&T thing here. Okay, nope, we're all good. So Vince, we need to have a vice chair, a clerk, road commissioner, and tree warden, but we'll start with the vice chair.
Vice chair. We have nominations for a vice chair.
Yeah, I'll nominate.
Tony.
Okay, a second?
The second.
All right. So clerk, whoops, sorry, all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Clerk is next.
Clerk? Oh, that'd be, we have nomination for clerk.
Yeah, Emily. I nominate Emily.
Okay. And second,
I'll second it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Good, we got then, road commissioner, is that next?
It is.
I'll nominate Tony.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Second? Good, good. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's it. Anybody
And
else?
tree warden after.
A what?
Tree warden,
Who's been doing that?
Bill Pelkey.
You don't want it, or you don't want it, or?
Who's good one?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I nominate this.
I'll check that in a minute.
It's probably interesting for you.
Okay, who was first and who was second? Sorry.
I was first, I think.
Okay. Todd, Tony. All right, so now you can go on to the previous minutes.
Okay. Has everyone read the previous minutes?
Yeah, they should put them out here, I think I don't think she gave us a copy yet, I think I got a copy.
This one.
I can't remember, minutes, I don't know. I think I read it.
No, I don't know who it was, that's fine.
I think I read it.
All right,
Motion to accept the minutes from February 27th. I wasn't there, Anthony wasn't there, Dan St. Cyr was there.
Yeah.
yep,
We have a motion to accept the minutes.
Move to accept the minutes.
Second?
I'll second it. I'll second the accept measure.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're pretty good. That's the minutes. Now we have visitors, I'm not sure.
wow, that was nice. Okay, so Marlena was first on the agenda.
And I have some little sheets for you guys for you to look at them. It's basically just a heads up about a funding opportunity going on right now. And I'm coming to speak to you guys specifically because you're one of our 5 municipalities that have a high energy burden, which makes you high on the list to receive this funding. So that basically means your residents pay a high portion of their income towards energy costs. And so there's 3 portions of this. One are these mini grants, these $4,000 grants that can be used for capacity building, like hiring a grant writer, doing mailings, things with public outreach. And then there are going to be energy assessments that will take place. You can decide which of your buildings needs this the most and kind of prioritize them. And we'll submit an application to basically have them assessed to see what are the ways they can be improved. And then the place where your energy burden really comes in and kind of handy is these implementation grants. So that's up to $500,000 to improve your buildings, to weatherize, to put in efficient things like heat pumps, things that'll save you money in the long run.
You're talking just our municipal buildings.
That's
Okay.
exactly correct. Yep. Schools are not eligible, so it would be buildings like this. So, you know, if you have buildings that are particularly drafty or you spend a lot of money on heating or electricity, you can get a pretty good chunk of money to do those upgrades. And it can be on multiple buildings. And so we're still kind of in the beginning phases of this. There's not a ton of information right now, but the Vermont League of Cities and Towns will be doing a webinar on April 18th. I'll send you the information, Emily. But that's gonna really cover all of the kind of nitty gritty of it and answer any questions you have. So you can kind of peruse this. If you have any questions for me now, feel free to ask. But that April 18th webinar will really give a lot of the
Yeah,
information.
because Lisa Hango had sent the bill to us.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity, and I'm also here to help with all of this, so I can help fill out applications. I can help also help you either prioritize buildings or prioritize projects, things like that. And you're also kind of surrounded by a lot of other high energy burden towns, so Montgomery, Richford, let's see, I have Lewisburg, Berkshire, you are all high energy burden, so you can also work together on projects, those mini grants. You could put together one energy fair to host at the high school, or a mailing for all the towns, things like that.
I have a question, these grants and things, would that help with a new build? We're gonna build a new building to help?
That is a great question. I don't really know. So the implementation money, that $500,000, does correspond directly with the assessments. So if the building is not built yet and can't be assessed, I would assume not. But I actually have not heard that come up. So that's something I can kind of bring to UGS and get an answer on. So yeah, that's a great
Replacing
question.
building that is not energy.
It was very inefficient.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, but it's just a heads up that this is available, and it will be a great opportunity for Berkshire. And with, you know, pretty low needed capacity from you guys. So I am here to help, and any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Yeah, and stay tuned for the April 18th webinar for more information.
Yeah, just keep me updated.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of other organizations too that are involved. Like Efficiency Vermont can come and help do an energy audit on
Yeah.
buildings if you want.
Yeah.
This is just for our municipal, right?
Just the municipal buildings, so town garage, town hall.
So
Library.
we have this one building, because the other building is going to be replaced.
If there was a water district too that needed, or fire district
So
that
they're
needed
their own
something.
entity, does that work, does it still work for them though, if they?
Fire district?
Yeah, I believe they're still
They're eligible.
cities, towns,
They're
fire
not really
districts.
tied with us, they're their own.
Oh, they're their own.
They're their own.
They're their own
They
thing,
could, I think they can apply, but you could apply for funding on their behalf, I believe is the intent. I think that's
Yes,
what.
again, like some of these things are still pretty hazy.
Yeah.
But that's the Vermont League of Cities and Towns webinar. We'll be able to answer all those questions really in depth. But yeah, fire districts are definitely, they can get the funding, whether it's through you or through themselves is kind of.
You know, like over in Grand Isle, they were talking about municipal building, the air conditioning's shot, and, you know, they freeze in the winter and they sweat in the summer, and they were thinking about getting heat pumps put in that swap out their old system and put in new heat pumps, and this will, the implementation money that's coming will pay for
I
that.
mean, this building could, you know,
Yeah.
use heat pumps and even just better insulation, things like that. You know, obviously those things add up very
How
quickly,
do
so.
these heat pumps work? When it gets down around 20 below, should those get up?
That's right, you usually
Yeah.
have to have propane.
Yeah,
You
so
have to add back, because,
whatever your heating system right now is would kind of switch to being a backup system.
so years ago, they had us switch all the hot water heaters and everything out to gas, and now they're going back to electric. What's,
What's
it
that?
it doesn't make sense.
So I will say, I know a lot of the efficiency of those things has really changed, like, resistance baseboards, electric resistance heat baseboards used to be the most inefficient thing, or are, but there are now electric baseboards and electric ways of heating that are really, really efficient. So I think there's a lot of old technology that was phased out because of its inefficiency, and new technologies have kind of come to replace it. That electricity part of it has evolved so fast, and we're also very lucky around here to have relatively low electric costs. Like, there are a lot of places, I know Mass, it's really hard because sometimes the equations just don't make sense when your electricity is really costly to switch, but Vermont tends to have pretty low electric costs, and so a lot of those changes do make a lot of financial sense. And that's another thing, like, that they will be able to work with you through that assessment and implementation, figuring out what does make sense and what would save you money. Because heat pumps might not be the right fit for every building. Solar panels might not be the right fit, but there are a lot of places
I
that are.
just read an article today online that said something about our energy or electricity going up 20-something% next year.
I don't know, I can't speak to that, but yeah, with our renewables we have right now, with the dams and stuff, we do tend to do pretty well. But yeah, so that is my spiel, just wanted to make you aware. And yeah, Emily, I will keep you up to date with things as they come out.
No, absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I'm also, with regional planning, I came up as backup for Marlena. You guys are the first town that Marlena's worked with, on the municipal level. So she started working for us about a year ago. She's been doing great, but she's never, we haven't had her work with town directly, so you guys are the first. She's been doing a great job for us. Also, Catherine is going to come tonight, our director, Catherine Dimitrick. She wanted a lot of things to talk to you about. I don't know, there's a whole list. I'm not gonna go through it. I think you guys can know which projects. And she's hoping to come up at a future meeting, like next month, if that works. Probably schedule through you. She wanna talk about regional planning. She wanna talk about water district, zoning bylaw updates, just planning in general. Just a lot of stuff going on right now.
No, that would be great, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's so much information out there, and trying to filter through what, is important, and what, what I mean, it's just, yeah, so to have somebody come out here and actually talk about it all is
Right.
a good thing, yeah.
Yeah. And for everyone on the select board, I usually work with Danny here for the grants and aid, the road erosion
So, yeah, where's that at?
project. It's with the state. The state took the program over, V-Trans, and you're signed up for this year. And you can, I'm assuming that V-Trans will be doing some outreach soon for grants and aid. They'll be contacting you directly. Sometimes they tell us, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, we haven't received anything yet.
Yeah, but when it gets, right about now is the time you start thinking about the field season. If you want to work with them directly, that's great. And if you want to contract with, I think you signed
We did sign.
up to a certain amount of money that we can continue that assistance. We can do that. If you don't want to, that's fine. There's plenty of other things we're willing to do. But as far as I know, everything went in. And did you get reimbursed?
Yeah, we're all set
You're all
for
set.
last year, yeah.
For everything? Yeah.
Wait for this year.
It's just this year's that.
This year, yeah. to do the site. Get
Well, to
your,
make sure we have everything that's, you know what I mean, in order to do this.
Yeah.
this work.
you have to pick your sites and, yeah, it's been a pretty good
It's
way of
still
getting a
early,
lot of
but
road
it's-
work done, so, seems like. And I'm also, I guess while I'm here, I know it's not an agenda item, but while I'm here, I'm also working on your hazard mitigation plan. That was due. I let the state know that we're currently working on it, so that with a hazard mitigation plan, it makes you eligible for the Emergency Relief Assistance Fund, which gives you, if there's like a Halloween storm type event, and there's a presidential declaration, and the town is part of that declaration for damages, it's usually only $1 million worth of damages throughout the state. If the community is part of that, has damages from that storm, you can get reimbursed for emergency repairs. The federal government will usually cover 75% of your emergency repair cost. And there's usually a 25% local match, but through the ERAF program, if you're a member of the National Flood Insurance Program, which you are, if you have road codes and standards, which you do, if you have a local emergency management plan, which you do, and a hazard mitigation plan, then it reduces the local match down to 12.5% instead of the 25%. So these storms, like one town gets $1 million damages pretty easily these days.
So
Seems like
even
the
though
same
ours
as
is
the
not
storms.
done yet, we're.
So,
okay.
because we were working with you, I notified the mitigation division down at the Department of Public Safety so that you'll get credit if something were to happen before the storm hit. I was hoping to have the plan done before I got COVID last fall, and then I had long COVID for a while. So I kind of fell behind on things, but I am working on it, and the state knows that it's being updated. And I'll have to get with Danny and probably road commissioner. I don't know who you guys, I didn't hear who you.
We haven't got there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, we did Tony.
Tony, oh, yeah, so we'll get together and go over road projects, look at what was done since the last, because we did this during the last plan, that was approved by FEMA, and you guys got credit, ERAF credit for. We'll look at what you said you were gonna do and just update it, whether you did it or not. There's really no foul if you haven't done, like what you thought you might do.
I think we.
The last time we did the plan, I think you did most of the work. You did most of the work, yeah. So then we come up with like another 5-year plan. And it makes you eligible for all the mitigation grant work and every other, like there's a bunch of grants available right now through emergency management. But like, next time I come up, I'll bring all that information for you.
Perfect.
So, sorry to take up your time.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, it's fine.
You have any questions about any of that, or? Okay.
No, I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much. All right. Have a good night.
You too, see ya.
So Vince, the next is Kurt Valenta.
Who's that?
That was Sean Coleman from Northwest Regional Planning. He does a lot of our road grant stuff with us.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's me.
yeah, he helps Danny.
That's good. Okay, so Kurt,
Yes, Kurt Valenta.
Good evening.
here's about dogs.
Yes.
Hi, yes, I've come to ask for your help because I've been putting up with this for close to 3 years. And I've got a neighbor who does not respect the fact that he has to keep his unfixed dogs on his property, and they're coming over to my property and crapping all over it and taking leaks all over it. The house is all yellow stained where it's been peeing on it. And the height of it, I've sent Emily pictures all the time. He actually came into the garage and marked places inside the garage because I had it open. I was working out on my property. And it goes away for a week or two, and then it comes back. And now he's running early in the morning, in the dark, but I see him, and I've taken pictures, and I've sent them.
Yes, I have all the pictures, but it's a reoccurrence. So I have sent letters to them since August.
There were actually letters that went back to March
Yeah,
of
way back.
2020.
So this has been since August of this, or last year, this is when, so animal control was brought in.
They never called me.
Okay, so this is where we're going with this. So in August, I have sent letters, and this is where it's become a huge problem since August of 2022. And we have sent multiple letters, I have myself. The last one we sent was in February, early February, where I said I was going to ticket them, but we realized that our tickets were outdated, so I have ordered some more. They actually just came in today. But at this point, I have done everything I can do, or we can do as a town, but yes, animal control has not gone out there at all. I have reached out to her multiple times, and she still has not reached out to Mr. Valenta or to the Langs who have this issue.
Have you talked to her?
I have,
Like, we have talked to the animal control officer.
yes.
What's her response?
Sick kids, she was sick, the ordinance wasn't right, I pointed out the facts that it was. At this point, I have no excuse for her.
Is she, I know she's the animal control officer in Richford, do they have the same problem with her there?
I meant to reach out to them, but with elections and everything, it slipped my mind, so I can reach out to them and see what's going on at this point in their town, but yeah, I can honestly say that, yeah, they haven't done anything, and I'm running out of time because you were only on a 40-minute limit, Vince, so I may have to reset a new one or call you back.
Oh, where's Mr. Valenta, where do you live? I'm sorry.
I live down on Water Tower Road, just above Berkson's.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
Michael and Burfoot's new old new place,
okay, yeah.
with the big rocks. And the neighbors with the dogs are the ones with the pond just north of me.
Oh, okay, you're kind of an A-frame, is it an A-frame house or?
Yeah, with a large porch. And I've gone to them, talked to them directly over the time and said, and then even when they came into the garage, I said to them, please, this is not right. We had a cat that got shut down under a garage door and was lame for 2-3 months, and asked them to keep their dogs at home, which they didn't respect. So it's like, it's in one ear and out the other, and I really don't know what else I can do to sort of keep that, in their home. We have an electric fence, we have a dog, we have an underground fence around the property. We've kept our dogs down, or our dog at home, and he's now going on 14, getting lame. This young pup comes running around. I'm just waiting for him to break a leg or something. And there were other neighbors that have complained as well down on Reservoir Road. So it's not like it's a single problem.
The dog, Emily, is the dog licensed?
It was licensed as of last year, yes.
There are 2 of them.
Right, yes. But there's only one that keeps coming around for the most part, right?
For the most part,
Yeah.
and both of them have come up.
But I
One
do
is shot.
have, the tickets did just come in the mail today. So we can start issuing those tickets now.
That might wake them up.
Yeah.
I would send tickets, see what happens. And then that doesn't work out, I'm not sure what our next,
I think we need to have her here. We need to talk to her, don't we?
the owners?
I mean,
No, animal control.
Animal control,
Yeah, yeah.
and she's not doing the job, find out why. And we could find a new one, but we had a little time to find out.
Right.
Oh, I appreciate animal control is not an easy thing, and that's why you want to work with the owners, but
Right,
Yeah.
so,
I have tried.
But, I mean, that's what she's supposed to be doing, and apparently she's not doing it, so.
so yeah, so So yeah, we can, like I said, I can issue the ticket tomorrow because I picked them up off the porch as I walked in here tonight.
Okay.
So I finally have those.
And that's a fine ticket, right? She has to-
Yeah, it goes to the judicial bureau and to them. They have to pay the bureau and then it comes to us. So it does that, you know.
Try that first, I guess. I mean, I won't get her. to
Because
find out what-
if you can
So what
issue
can she
one,
actually do? Did she pick the dog up or whatever, or is that part of what she can do?
we'll read the ordinance afterwards and I'll give you the rundown, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can just do the undo yeah.
Says that you regulate licensing, keeping, et cetera, and they're running at large except for large farm working dogs,
Yep.
which these are not. And it's $500 per violation,
Mhm.
especially in that,
So this is our rundown, it's 25 for the first, or you get a written warning, which they have. So the fine that I'm gonna give them is a $25 fine. And then if he sends me more pictures, because they're time dated, I have everything. Then the next offense is, you can actually impound the dog.
now, the one thing that I object to is that now it starts running. It shouldn't start running from here, it should have already been backdated. Because you don't have a ticket is not, the burden shouldn't be on me. And this has been going on for two and a half, 3 years. So, at some point, you know, I mean, yeah, we do the $25 and then you do the this and the that, and by the time I turn around, it's another year. So, I'm not in agreement necessarily that we start the clock ticking today.
Right, but I have to follow this.
But,
And I haven't issued them a ticket yet. So if I didn't issue the first ticket, I can't go to the next thing.
okay,
That you know what I mean? Like, I understand you, but
but then
in our
I,
defense, if we go to court, they're gonna throw it out because I didn't do step number 2 first.
okay, I understand that, but what I heard you say was, and then if I send you more pictures,
Yeah, but we don't know that there's a third violation if you don't send me anything. I don't know there's a third violation.
okay?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's disappointing, but yes, I
Yeah,
understand
I
what you're
know.
saying. Okay,
if there was an easy fix, I would throw it out there, but unfortunately.
but a big solid rules.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
I tried to read that and see.
Unfortunately, we thought the
It's the
animal
things that
control
way,
officer
yeah.
was doing her job, and
Yeah.
we're now finding out that she's not, so we're backtracking.
I mean, here are all the pictures that I sent you.
Yeah, I have them all, yeah, I printed them off,
So,
I have a
you
file.
know, if we
this
start
day.
counting now,
Mhm,
I can probably send you some tomorrow, but it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
mhm.
And he has a route, so he lets the dog out, the dog runs, then he brings the dog back in. I might not see it,
Mhm.
but I know he's been there because with the fresh snow, I know how to track. And the same thing, when the P.E.G's running off the house,
Yeah.
I don't have any little kids with the nature P.E.G, you know? So, and that's why I came to you to ask for your help, because yeah, other people,
I'm sorry that we can't, because I understand, but,
if we can expedite it, make sure that we stay on it, and not,
Yeah,
not stay,
no, like I said, the ticket's going out tomorrow, if I knew they were there, I would hand deliver it. But if they're not, then I still have to mail, like, I can drive down the road to go to the post office if they're there, but if not, I have
That's
to
okay,
mail it
that's-
because otherwise.
no, keep
you
with
know what I mean?
keep with the program, but I ask of you to stay on top of it.
Yeah,
Because this is, as I said, if I wouldn't have called,
yeah,
if I wouldn't have said, okay, Emily, this is getting way beyond it, then it would have never gotten to this point.
yeah. And like I said, we went to send them a ticket and then when we pulled them out, they told us that our tickets were outdated. So they wouldn't hold any value.
But I
And
would have
it's because we
expected action back when, and I have an email where the animal control officer says, oh, well, then I guess I'll have to go and knock on their door.
And that's what we
And
thought.
they never did.
And then when we checked with her, it was no again, so that's why I said it's, yeah.
So thank you for listening to my frustration.
no, that's
Nope.
fine, we'll
believe me.
I think we need to have her in here and find out why she's not doing her job.
And if you could keep me apprised of where we're at, then I would appreciate
But
it.
yes, definitely just keep sending me.
Okay.
that at this
Appreciate
point,
it,
please.
thank you. Congratulations on your new positions again. That's why I got gray hair.
Go ahead, Vince.
You said those tickets registered now?
I mean, I will, yeah, like I said, I'll drive down if somebody's home, I can actually drop it off. But if they're not, then I would definitely send it at least certified. If I send it, because the last letter we sent was the problem, is I sent it where they had to sign for it, and nobody was ever home to sign for it, it went 3 weeks. So I sent it, registered mail, where you just have tracking on it, and then I realized they got it. So nobody's ever there to sign for it.
That's good.
But if you send it certified mail, at least you have tracking
They know
that
what you're there
says
for.
when it was
They're there.
received.
They know exactly
So
what
I'm
you're
just
there
gonna do
for.
certified.
They're there.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a, you as well.
I think my time is running out.
It is, but I can put you on the phone. Oh, yeah, we missed you.
We miss you.
Because we don't have a Zoom account, we only have 40 minutes, and I don't have time to fool with that thing again. Oh, now I don't even know what I did with this number.
Well, they're pushing that, they're pushing that big.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it in the garage, I did put a lot of money into that thing.
Well, at least if they, see if they can get a grant or maybe on the new heating system
Well, if,
in
yeah,
the new
you
building
could
or whatever.
put, the heat pumps in, and then when it gets too cold, you rely on the system,
That you got.
yeah. I said, I talked to the plumber, I don't know if they're gonna hire him or not, but he's put up for the plumber, it's like $220,000.
Was that plumbing, that included, that was the and your plumbing, everything else?
You guys have a phone over there.
Yeah, where is it?
Todd, who's on the phone?
Yes.
Oh, there you go, answer it.
Oh,
But I'm looking up, it's just not.
oh.
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. I was just looking up your number, so thank you for calling. I'm gonna put you on speaker. All right. All right, so Danny is up.
Not much new, doing what we can. Probably this week, or next week, we'll probably put up posted signs. Rise, see what the weather is, we'll try to do a little grading. Trucks are all running. Not much else, I guess.
Okay, you said all the trucks are running. What did you say about Sean's truck though?
Well, the emission controls, when we brought it down to Allegiance or Alliance, last time, they looked at it, all the hoses and clamps are all rusted up and cracked. And they said it should hold for a little bit longer, and they would try, and when we don't need the truck, we'll bring it back down, springtime. Because it's a good chance it's gonna stay there for quite a while. And that will probably run between $15,000 and $20,000 to fix. That's my estimate. we know another truck that went down and theirs was $20,000. It could be less, it could be a lot less. I'm not a mechanic, so,
It is what it is, I mean,
yeah.
worry about it, I guess, when it happens.
I mean, that truck is, how old's that truck? We got it at 16, so,
17, it's a 17,
it's a 17, we got it at 16.
so it's only
5 years.
6 years old.
6 years old.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it is, no,
Nope. But that's a, you know.
we'll see what happens when springtime comes, I can't really, it could be a lot cheaper than I think it is. No,
What is it exactly?
Deck system.
DEF system,
It's that
Burn off
Environmentally
stuff or whatever.
That's what they put all the money in on those trucks.
that's basically what all the money goes for, twice.
No way around it. There's no way around that.
Nope, there isn't.
and all the trucks got it.
That truck.
Every matter what kind you buy.
They're actually getting better, because it's getting,
Oh, so the new one we're getting is, you
it
know,
should be better than the one we got.
sure.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Technology.
You know,
It
So
was
they're
all
working on-
new before.
they're working their
6
bug
years.
out on us. So. That's about all I can say on that.
So I guess it's my turn, Vince.
Okay.
So Dan St. Cyr sent me a purchase agreement for the truck, which is pretty much the same as it was before. But they do need an approval and a signature on this.
Make the motion that we approve that.
It is for $292,000.
Better sign it.
$100,000 more than the last one.
Better hurry up and sign it, cause it'll go up.
Okay, so we have a first and a second on that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
One signature.
All right, I need the vice chair to sign it,
We just gave it.
because that one's gotta get back, so. So the next thing I have, and this has been sitting in a folder, which, sorry, Danny. Mark St. Pierre put in,
Purchaser?
please. Mark St. Pierre had put in a driveway permit for the Berry Road over by Travis Trombley,
Yes.
and we never did anything
Who's
with
the
it.
co-purchaser? Is that you?
Yeah, well, I okayed it, I did
Yeah.
okay it.
No, I have where you okayed
It
it.
says co-purchaser.
Oh.
You need two, just one.
No, one's fine. No.
And I haven't seen it since, so.
So that's what I mean, I need the select board to approve it and then to do the final
No, you're-
inspection.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept that permit.
Okay.
Second.
But you just moved it down, right? Pretty much. From
Well,
where the old
it was
entrance was to.
your old field,
Yeah.
well, half of it he put in the hay, half he put in the corn.
Oh, so you're gonna just have one for
Yeah.
each?
Just
or-
where it
He
says
was
select board
coming out
and
of
then
there
have
with corn.
Tony,
And the field was wet.
Danny,
of course, they
Tony does
filled all
select
up.
board,
Yeah.
Danny does where it says, road foreman. This one here only needs to be signed by Danny, because you just haven't done it yet.
Says 11/7/22 on.
That's when Danny was supposed to have signed it, so we're good there.
Toad?
Yeah. No, well,
This road form.
well, if you've gone out there and approved it, you can sign it. We don't need a motion for you if you know.
Yeah.
If you know it's there, then you're fine on both of those, road foreman and approval. So the next thing I have is, so now that town meeting passed, our raises,
Good done.
you put in
So
the,
wait till next year to get on your vote.
Jason!
I think you have a rule to go.
No, it's already in the budget.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm saying the budget.
So you guys, well, you can change it anything you want. You put in there for 5%, you can go down to 4. You go lower than that, you know what's gonna happen. Hey, I'm holding your check right here. What do you want? 5%? 4%? Hey, I'm just telling you right now. So we're doing the,
That's what happens.
so I do need an approval on the highway crew and the town clerk.
I move. Yeah.
I'll second it.
Thank you, because I know this one over here isn't gonna do it.
Can I put the other bits in May?
I'll approve, you can name, but you're outvoted. And you know
So I
what,
think that's
Vince?
what you want.
That's pretty much all we have.
But we didn't vote on it, did we?
No. We didn't vote on it.
Yeah, we didn't vote on it.
Oh, they wanna know if everybody's in approval, Vince.
Aye.
Aye.
You did.
He's outnumbered. Yeah, okay.
I'm good.
No, that's about all I have.
I'm a
If,
yay.
if there's anything else anybody wants to discuss though?
I'm a yay. I'm just messing with you.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
Until you say we're done.
So they got me saying yay.
Alrighty, and it is. Holy smokes, we're doing okay.
Close the meeting.
Okay, motion?
I make motion close.
Second.
Alright. That is that.